So, in the 1970s is when the members of the People's Temple began relocating to Jonestown, which was an agricultural settlement carved out of the dense jungle in northwestern Guyana. The site was remote, accessible primarily by small aircraft, and had limited roadways. Life inside the settlement was tightly regulated. Passports and personal identification were collected. Letters and phone calls were monitored, and there were armed guards that were positioned around the perimeter, and residents required permission to leave the compound.
Damn.
Now, daily life followed a pretty rigid schedule. Members worked long hours in agricultural fields and construction projects, often in extreme heat. I mean, they're in South America,
Yeah. Right next to the equator.
so it's hot.
Yeah.
Meals were communal and rationed. And what I remember the most about this was like the amount of rationing was so absurd. People were starving essentially.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Loudspeakers broadcasted Jones's voice throughout the settlement, sometimes for hours at a time, reinforcing loyalty and warning of external threats. And sleep was frequently interrupted by mandatory meetings.
Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah, it's like
It's not religiously peaceful,
anymore,
like
right?
it's
Like you
no.
go to Guyana thinking you're going to live this very like peaceful, tranquil, off the grid life, and then you're like getting sleep deprived and starved on this compound. You're like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Ugh.
Now, Jones introduced rehearsals known as White Nights, during which residents were told that enemies were approaching and that the community faced imminent destruction. During these events, members were instructed to prepare for mass death. Some
Oh,
rehearsals involved simulated poison, which residents were later told had been fake. Over time, these drills normalized the idea that collective death was a legitimate response to perceived attack. Communication with the outside world became increasingly restricted. Residents were told that defectors had been harmed or killed after leaving the temple, so like scaring the shit out of them.
that is so wrong.
Yeah. And family members in the United States reported receiving limited scripted correspondence that portrayed life in Jonestown as successful and peaceful, despite growing reports of abuse from former members.
Yeah. Well, at least the former members were able to speak out for the people in Guyana who couldn't.
Yeah, at least there's that. Right. So
Yeah.
they're putting up their feelers.
Yeah.
On
Wow.
November 17th, 1978, U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan arrived in Guyana with journalists and concerned relatives to investigate allegations of abuse and coercion. He traveled to Jonestown the following day. During his visit, several residents quietly requested to leave with the delegation. That evening, Jones addressed the community, framing the visit as proof that enemies were closing in. I know.
Ah.
And on November 18th, 1978, Ryan and his delegation prepared to depart from the port airstrip with the defectors. As they boarded the aircraft, Temple gunmen opened fired. Ryan and four others were killed, and several people were wounded.
And that's what sparked the mass murder suicide.
Yes, absolutely.
I
So
cannot believe that
they're
they were
panicking.
attacking, like,
Yes.
what is he, a congressman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a congressman.
I can't believe that they were attacking them. It's
Yeah,
so
on their and they were
unhinged.
leaving, right? Like,
Right. Yeah,
anyway.
because he knew my cover's blown.
Yeah, he knew at that point, right? The defectors were leaving with him. So, back at Jonestown, Jones convened a meeting at the Central Pavilion. Armed guards surrounded the area. A grape flavored mixture containing cyanide was prepared and distributed. This is where the saying drinking the Kool Aid came from, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Children were poisoned first, administered by adults under instruction. Many adults ingested the poison willingly after being told it was necessary. Others were injected or forced to drink it. Jones didn't drink it at all, from what we know. He died from a gunshot wound. But by the end of the day, 918 people were gone.
Wow.
918 people.
It's so many. That's so many people.
That's so that is more people than at one time went to our high school. That's
Yeah.
double the amount of people who went to our high school at one time.
Yeah. That's insane. Ugh. And, like, what a coward.
You
Yeah.
little bitch.
The low vibration of, Mars and Leo.